just realized that my mic was on during my whole intro. I bet you just heard me drinking water. Well, the time is not yet, but soon. I was drinking water out of my Bakugan cup, or my Bakugan little water bottle that I got from Spin Master. It's super cool. The Vestroia Bulletin will start momentarily. Stay tuned! Hi, I'm JettKuso, and welcome to the December 13th episode of the Vestroia Bulletin. Let's get right into it. Thank you everyone for tuning in this wonderful evening. I hope you are all excited to learn about Bakugan news. We might have a lot of new folks here on the channel, a lot of new folks subscribing for my most recent video, which is doing crazy well. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you've been showing me lately. I'm very excited to give you this very fun presentation, and if you're brand new to Bakugan, this might be a great way to start kind of learning a little bit about what's going on. So, without further ado, welcome to the Vestroia Bulletin, Sunday, December 13th, 2020. Alrighty. Let's turn down that music a little bit. Can you guys hear the music just fine? I think you can. Alright. Let's do this. In this episode, we will be covering news, fan art, and the best thing ever. Trust me, stay tuned to the end. It's the best thing that's ever happened, and is the thing that every Bakugan fan has been waiting for. Trust me. Alright. First things first. The first item of news. I am way behind on everything that's been going on. Well, so let's go all the way back to November 3rd for the release of Bakugan Champions of Vestroia, the new video game on Switch, which will be available from now all the way through the Christmas season, but its release was not without a little bit of drama. For one, glitches abound. I actually got a copy of this game early on in its run, a review copy, and it had even more glitches than it did when it eventually got released. Very unfortunate story. I'm not going to go into great detail, but the most well-known glitch that surfaced with this game was the deleted save file glitch, which was a glitch where you would exit the game and then re-enter only to find that your save file had been restarted without any way to recover unless you had a cloud backup. Very strange. Very unfortunate. Thankfully, this glitch, as well as all of the other ones that we know of, as far as I know, have been fixed, have been patched out, and the game is now incredibly playable and incredibly fun. The other issue of the game that was very fixed in one of the most recent patches was the sword barrage issue, which where early on in the game, some of the lower level sword barrage attacks did more multiple attacks than they were supposed to, resulting in it being ridiculously overbalanced towards Pyrus. This has now been fixed. Sword barrage is not as ridiculously strong as it once was. So the game is now much more balanced for competitive play, multiplayer, and just in general, normal battling. Also, in the midst of all of these issues, some people were actually having fun with the game. It did get a lot of negative press, it did get a lot of negative reviews, a lot of people who didn't actually play the game, and as well some people who did play the game. But it is a slow burn game. If you think you might enjoy it, you probably will. Now, I could give you my thoughts on Bakugan Champions of Vestroia all day long, but that still raises the question, where's my review? Well, for one, my review was delayed by glitches. I had actually intended to have my review of the game out before the game's release, but I ran into some issues. I had to play through the game like 3 times before I was actually able to finish it. Very unfortunate, but you know, these things can happen. I got demotivated by the save file losses because I did lose one save file and had to replay all the way through, and that really just hurt my progress. I have thankfully finished the game since, and I think the some of the stuff at the end is well worth it. But mostly, more than anything else, my review was delayed by my own creative filmmaking overwhelming me. I tried to do a lot of interesting things with the video, try stuff that I hadn't done before, and unfortunately, it didn't necessarily work out super well, so I'm really gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this video. There we go. Yeah, there's over on my own creative filmmaking. But I'm going back to the drawing board. Hopefully, I will have this out before too long. But nonetheless, if you really want this video to come out... Oh, also, a lot of new ideas for the video and new opinions arose throughout the game's launch, which I didn't have in my script and hadn't filmed anything about, so that further delayed the project. If you want this video, if you want to see my review, bug me about it until I make it, because I want to make it, but I want to know if you guys really want to see it. So, you know, don't let me live this down until I have finished my Bakugan Champions of Vestroia review. Please. Oh, and just as a side note, I am not paying too much attention to the chat during this presentation, but if you want to make sure to get my attention with the chat during the broadcast, send me a super chat, and that will grab my attention very quickly. I will read out the super chat, and anything you have to say, I will interrupt whatever I am doing to answer and call out some super chats. So, moving on! What happened after that was the Bakugan 2020 Invitational event. Of course, this time it was not able to, we were not able to go out to California for this event. They've held it 3 years in a row, but this time it was merely a Zoom call. Ignore how incredibly smudged up my screen is in this Twitter selfie. That's not important. So what was this Bakugan Invitational if it was not a live in-person event? Well, mostly, it was a Zoom call plus a whole lot of Baku Masters in a Discord call. So there was a Zoom presentation where all the Spin Master guys were gathered together, telling us about the next season of Bakugan, Geogan Rising, which is something. And then, against Spin Master's knowledge, I guess Bendis Knight was there, he knew, but we had all gone into the Baku Master Discord, and we were all grouped up, chatting with each other during the presentation. There's actually far more people there than you can see in this little image. I grabbed that early on before a lot of people had joined, but frickin' Billiam was there, everyone was there, it was super fun. Tillman was actually shocked by how fun live streaming is. He's one of the brand leads for Bakugan. So not only was there a Zoom call, but there was a little bar off to the side where there was a chat. And all of the chat was the only way for us to communicate with Spin Master during the presentation. So we were just spamming all kinds of nonsense in the chat and giving us our live reactions. And at some point during the whole thing, Michael Tillman was like, "Oh wow, this is like cool. We didn't expect to be like hearing feedback like this. This is awesome. So he was very, I think, delighted by the whole thing. Announcements abound on top of all the normal stuff. But what exactly was revealed at the tournament? What is new for 2021? Well, Drago and Nilius are back, and everyone else gets new Bakugan, except for Dan and Magnus. So this is the brand new design for Drago. I don't know if it's an Evo or whatever. I'm not caught up on this show at all. I haven't even finished the first season of Battle Planet, much less gotten into Armored Alliance. But I needed to catch up and see what's up. But we do know all these main character Bakugan are getting new partners. So this is Falcron, Sharktar, Fenneca, Pinsatار, and Farascal are our new awesome brawlers Guardian. I burped. They're our new Guardian Bakugan. So that's Falcron. Here's Sharktar, Street Sharks. Here's Farascal, who's the new Kubo in his Bakugan design. Here's Fenneca, who's absolutely adorable, and is like a mix of like a Fennec Fox and a Carbuncle, and it just reminds me of the Hololive VTuber Fubuki, but that's not important. Oh, and then there's Pinsatár, because Ajit is also one of the awesome brawlers now, so we have an R-less Bakugan on the main team. I actually had a dream last night, because we have no idea, I think, what happens to the Protag Bakugan. I think something happens at the end of Armored Alliance or whatever. There's some reason why, like, Pegatrix and Halcor and everyone aren't coming back. But I had a dream about them dying, and it was very unfortunate. Hopefully they don't die. We don't know yet. More like Geogan, unsurprising. One of the most exciting and fascinating new things is Baku Gear was the gimmick of 2020, and now we have Geogan. So this is one of the Geogan Brawler packs. You can see that two of those Bakugan at the top are not round. So these are kind of a callback to the old Bakugan trap days of New Vestroia. TikTok is sending me notifications. That's annoying. These do not play at all like Bakugan Trap, though they are a brand new game mechanic that some are considering a little bit unfortunate. So all things considered, they're pretty freaking cool toys. If you haven't seen these Geogan yet, just search Geogan on YouTube and you'll find all of the other Baku Masters who have already reviewed these toys and opened up the ones that Spin Master sent them. They're pretty neat. I actually really like them as toys. But they've got their ups and downs. One, the TCG gameplay is not so great. The way they work, in short, is they're a new kind of ability card type that go in the deck. It's called a Geogan card. During a turn, you can play that card, pay whatever the cost is, to swap out your Bakugan with your Geogan, like a tag team situation, right? It acts as a reroll, so even if you miss your Bakugan, you can still play your Geogan, and the annoying part is that you need the toys to use them in the game. You have to have the corresponding Geogan toy to go along with the Geogan card that you put in the deck. Not great. I'm not big on it. There's just a whole empty box of vanilla wafers right here. It's sketchy because I don't like the fact that you have to use the toys. That kind of muddies up the game a little bit. Some people might not mind, other people might mind, like me, but I'm not overall too upset about it. This is not the end of the world. But the basic idea is that you drop the Geogan from a card length up onto the core that you want, and you get to use that core. So it kind of works like a core stealing mechanic because you can grab a core from anywhere on the hide matrix. It's something. We'll really have to keep our eyes on it to see how it affects the meta, whether or not they're really essential. As long as they're not essential for gameplay, as long as they're not an essential mechanic, ultimately it's not going to be that big of a deal, in my eyes. As long as they don't get carried away with support pieces like this, it's passable. I have a whole lot more thoughts than I can say right here, but subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon. I already have a video like mostly scripted all about Geogan, so I will be talking about Geogan. Not only that, I still have to have my reviews up. The other downside of Geogan is the high price point, and I can explain a little bit about this. A Geogan single pack, a box that comes with one Geogan, is going to be $12.99 MSRP, which ain't so hot, honestly. That's really expensive for things that are less complicated than Ultra Bakugan, which are like $10, and not really that much larger than any of the above. They're really pricey, but there's a good reason for this. This is conjecture. This is not official information, but I can tell you a little bit about how the toy industry works, right? So let me level with you here for a second, right? Last year, or this year, I guess, they released Baku Gear. Baku Gear were not sold separately. There were small pieces that came with Ultra Bakugan, right? A Baku Gear set came with an Ultra Bakugan, some cards, some little small bits, and the Baku Gear for $12.99. That was the price point. I have heard that these packs sold very well, and that this price point was actually very effective, and this was a very successful product for 2020, Baku Gear. So that's factor one, right? Keep that in mind. I think Baku Gear were actually priced too well. I expected Baku Gear packs to be more around $15 or something, a higher price point item. But no, only $13 for a Baku Gear pack with an Ultra Bakugan. So that's only $3 more for all the extra stuff, the extra toy, everything. That's a really, really fair price point. That is an overly reasonable price point. And I get the feeling, I don't know this for sure, but when I was at the Baku Gear commercial shoot, I was talking to one of the designers, and they were telling me the MSRP on these things, and I was like, whoa, that's really well priced. And he was just like, yeah, boy, it sure is well priced. Like, he was not super happy with the fact that it was that price. And I'll tell you what that usually means. It means Walmart told them to charge less. Walmart looked at the product and decided, we're gonna sell these for $13. No more, no less. That's our price. Because that is the market share that we have. That is the price point that we think we can sell these at. And typically, when Walmart tells you what price something should be at, or Walmart tells you that they will carry a product or won't carry a product, you kind of just have to go with it. What Walmart says goes in the toy industry. So, those Baku Gear packs were $13, right? They sold super well. So now Spin Master comes back to Walmart with this Geogan product. They were probably intending a price point more around $10, and then Walmart says, well, where's your $13 products? You had $13 products last year for 2020, where's your $13 product? And they're like, well, we don't have a $13 product this year. We didn't make a $13 product because we're not making the Baku Gear anymore. So, in all likelihood, Walmart said, well, just give us a product that's $13. Spin Master's already way into development. They've already made all of these things, and Walmart's haggling their prices up now. So Spin Master goes, they have to shrug and go, okay, I guess we'll make the Geogan $13. I don't know that that's the case, but that's how these things work typically. So, and there's actually a little bit of proof of this too, because this, the big, frickin', can I go back a slide? Yeah, there we go. This 5-pack here, is still only $30, which is the same price as, everything was previously. So, if you were just charging, if these frickin' Geogan were actually worth $13 a pop, you wouldn't be able to put 3 core Bakugan in there, because the Geogan would already have it at $26 just for the 2 of them. So that shows that this is really about price point, and this is really about market share more so than it is the price of the actual items. So the best way to get Geogan, to get your money's worth if you're interested in these products, is to get these big Geogan brawler packs. I think it's super worth the price point at $30 a pop. So moving on a little bit, for that I gotta run through the whole slide again. Aw, dang. Geogan, yeah, the price drops down. All right, moving on. Here's what the Geogan look like. Look at these boys. We got Arcleon. He's a freaking what's it called? From Boogie Pop. Manticore. Vibragon. Surturan, who's Surtur, you know, from Thor Ragnarok. Stardox, who look at that. We got a super chat in the chat. Looks like Michael Nowacki says, I wonder if you'll be able to read my name. I love you. Thank you, Michael. Maybe it's Michael, maybe it's Nowacki, Nowakai. I don't know. I'm sorry, your name is actually quite difficult. Hopefully, I got it right. I just tried to pronounce it like Sam Witwicky from Transformers, because it's a similar name in my eyes. But look at these guys. I'm really excited for Hynix on the checklist. I'm excited for Stingzer, which is a pyramid that turns into a stingray. Montrapod looks like Pythantis. Titan King looks like crazy. Mutasect turns into an egg. Slugler is Slugler. But all in all, I'm pretty excited for this lineup. What else do we got? All right. The other thing that happened at the Invitational tournament, moving back into the exciting bits of the program, we have a Bakugan Champions of Vestroia champ. On Saturday was the Zoom call, and then on Sunday there was a big tournament that I participated in, held by Northern Arena, for Champions of Vestroia, and the winner was Serena Harumi, formerly Fang Shaman on YouTube. She did an amazing job. She and Toolbox 24 were in the final match. It was a very intense battle, but Serena managed to pull out the victory over Toolbox, but they both fought amazingly well, and I congratulate both of them. If you want to check out Serena's content, you can go to twitch.tv/SerenaHarumi. I know she's streaming a lot of Genshin Impact if you're interested in that. And you can go to youtube.com/SerenaHarumi to see whatever she's posting now and watch some of her old content if you want. She's the closest thing we have to a 2020 champion. I got knocked out by Toolbox in the first round because I was unpracticed, but that's not important. Moving on. There's even more stuff on the way. The amount of news that we have is incredible. More Baku clips are coming out. Baku clips were supposed to come out in 2020, but they never actually arrived in stores, unfortunately, and they're not going to arrive in stores, unfortunately. At least not the Fusion ones that came out, this year. I think that they arrived in Canada. I think they arrived in Australia. And you can get them on Amazon, so if you want a new Baku clip, go to Amazon. If you want the Fusion Baku clips, Amazon is the best place to get them. And that's gonna be super funky. Checking the chat really quick. Alright, let's see, what else do we have? I'm so excited for more new Baku clips to come out. I really want them to actually hit the States. There's a Bakugan tin with mystery contents that was announced. It's a hexagonal tin, a lot like the old Baku tins from back in the day, and they all come with 2 Bakugan, random mystery Bakugan from previous waves. So that's going to be an exciting product, even though I think a tin is the worst place to have a new Bakugan. It's been announced that Spin Master is working on real TCG distribution channels and organized play. That has been something strictly lacking from Bakugan in 2019 and in 2020 especially, because of the pandemic. They had all these plans for organized play, all these plans for LGS support, and all of it fell through because of the pandemic. But now there's BakuganOrganizedPlay.com. So if you are an LGS, you can go to BakuganOrganizedPlay.com and start ordering product for your store. I don't think anyone's gotten that successfully yet. There's going to be a bit more on that in a second, actually. But Spin Master is in talks with the distributor to actually properly distribute Bakugan Pro like a normal TCG to LGSs all over the country and hopefully worldwide sooner or later. So that's really exciting. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. There's new cards from the Secrets of the Geogan set. So Secrets of the Geogan is the next Bakugan card set that's coming out after Shields of Vestroia. And it's gonna be really interesting to see how it all plays and see all the stuff that's in store for us. In the new stuff, everything that has been seen, the stuff that's come in toy product mostly, and the starter decks that have been released and got sent out to the Baku Masters. So you can go to @BakuganWiki to find some of that. But more than anything else, there's in-depth coverage of all of the new Bakugan product on the various Baku Masters YouTube channels. So Serena has unboxings, or has reviews of some of the new product. Toolbox has reviews of the new product. Kimbo has reviews of the new product. The Detective, everyone, just search Baku Masters, or no, not Baku Masters, I don't think that's gonna pull anything up, but search Geogan Rising on YouTube, and you will find amazing videos from all the people who are attending this event, showing off the new product. I have a video coming eventually. But yeah, check everyone out and get the lowdown on all of the new stuff. Something that is very exciting is Multiverse Games in San Antonio has Bakugan product. The first LGS like all year to get new Bakugan product in store. Not only do they have starter decks, as you can see, this video is credit of the nerdy friends that I'm using without permission, but they're awesome and I'm promoting their channel, so hopefully they won't mind. I know the nerdy friends bought up like all of the Fusion Force boxes, but they're gonna have stuff at Multiverse. Multiverse is an open distribution channel. They are getting product from Spin Master. Victory at last. It's taken so long, but LGSs are finally, game stores are finally able to get Bakugan product. So go to frickin' Multiverse Games if you're in San Antonio, and you want some Bakugan stuff, especially, you know, it's just so cool. We gotta support LGS, and hopefully more and more LGSs are going to be signing up shortly. Speaking of the nerdy friends, they were not only able to get like Fusion Force boxes, but they were able to get the blind boxes. The blind boxes are really frickin' something. It's causing a stir. This video is also credited of the nerdy friends. They've opened up like 2 cases of blind boxes and shown off the context. The blind boxes are not exactly what we expected. We kind of expected like every Bakugan that has a darkest, every pack that has a darkest Bakugan inside will have a specific set of darkest reprint cards inside. But no, the reprints actually seem surprisingly random. Like, we don't know if Super Fuel is in the set yet. At least there wasn't a Super Fuel in either of the cases that they opened. There wasn't a Pact of Darkness in either of the cases they opened. But I've heard that, like, stuff like Battle Brawlers Magnus and Pact of Darkness, like, these things are supposed to come in the blind boxes. Maybe that changed from when I was told that, but hopefully we're gonna see more pretty soon. But the really frustrating thing about the blind boxes is the exclusive cards. Occasionally, like every Bakugan comes with an exclusive Evo, only a one of, and now and again in the blind boxes you might find an exclusive hero as well. We don't know exactly how these are distributed. We don't know if they're one of each per case. I don't even think it's one of each per case, because sometimes because the nerdy friends didn't even get everything that should be in the set. It's very, very strange. We don't really know what the deal is until we start opening more of these. it's frustrating how the blind boxes have been done, because I do think they're a fantastic product. They're a great thing to exist. The fact that you can buy 3 blind boxes and just have a deck ready is pretty amazing, but unfortunately it feels like it's being kind of undercut by some of the details of these exclusive cards that are going to be basically impossible to get playsets of unless you spend ridiculous amounts of money and buy a whole bunch of duplicates of the same toys over and over and over again. But if you want more details, go to the Nerdy Friends channel, watch their videos. They're only like 9 minutes long each. They have really great coverage of these brand new products. Moving on. I have my Geogan Rising unboxing is coming soon. I hope to film it on Monday and upload it next weekend. So again, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, hit the bell icon so you can get a notification when this video goes live. It should be super exciting. I'm going to be showing off all the new stuff that I have. What else have we got? All right, that is most of the actual news. But let's show off something that happened a while ago, but I wasn't doing I wasn't doing Vestroia Bulletin episode, so I wasn't able to talk about this and show this off. But in my voice actor video, which I'm very proud of, where I interviewed 9 of the Bakugan anime voice actors, there was a running joke about Lightning the dog having a gun and how short the show would be if Lightning had a gun. And 2 Platoon Crush on Twitter made this beautiful little piece of artwork inspired by that event. Hopefully me saying gun a lot isn't gonna get this video like demonetized or banned. It's not real, no real violence. We're talking about a joke thing, YouTube. There's a great little little drawing here of adorable Lightning the dog from the Bakugan anime with his trusty firearm. I love this little bit of art. I love the personality, and it's absolutely adorable. I'd love to see more stuff like this. I would love to see art. I would love to see fan art. I would love to feature more art at the end of my show. So if you wanna do JettKuso fan art inspired by any of my content, you know, some random joke, you know, Alto Bronte's dressed up like Pennywise, or, you know, I love to see crazy stuff like that. This is so exciting, and it absolutely made my day when I saw this. Last but not least, the moment you have all been waiting for. On the very next slide, I am going to reveal the very exciting thing that every Bakugan fan is going to love. Let's go. Let's make me bigger. This is so exciting. Are you guys ready? Bakugan Milk Straws! I got them! I have the Bakugan Quick Milk Straws from Dollar Tree. Hear that? Listen to that. These are Bakugan Quick Milk Straws. I talked about them, I think, in my last episode. They've got Nilius on them. They've got Dragonoid on them. I'm gonna do a quick little taste test, and then I'm gonna go away. So I got my milk straw here. It's like a little straw full of these little chocolatey cookies and cream beads that comes in a Bakugan package. It has nothing to do with Bakugan. But I got my glass of milk here. I'm gonna give you a live review here at the end of the episode. Interesting. Admittedly, I've had quite a few of these, and I find them quite interesting because they don't get super sugary like right away. But the more you kind of go at it, the more sort of like flavorful the milk gets when you suck it through the straw. Yeah, that's good stuff. I've been enjoying the quick milk straws. I ended up with like, Pirates Queen gave me a $5 super chat. Any news on my Bakugan from last year that you're not allowed to share? Okay, so last year I won the Invitational tournament in California. I was the champion of 2020, woo, or 2019, woo! And as a reward, they said that I could, they would name a Bakugan after me. And I was able to suggest some names for the Bakugan. I do not have any news on this. I have not seen, I don't know what name it is. I answered this question a few times, but the way it works is they sent me a picture of a Bakugan and said, suggest some names. And I gave them like 5 suggestions, and whichever one they chose, whichever one passed legal, I have no idea. Oh yeah, see, it gets better as time goes on. I'll get a pose with me and the milk straws. This is Running on Empty Bakugan Review. There's the milk straws there. You can see, I'll give you a close up as you're drinking them. Here's kind of what it looks like. Like you can see the level of them goes down. They lose mass very quickly. It's actually quite impressive. Yeah, that's solid. That's a milk straw. You can find these at Dollar Tree, allegedly. Now, I got these from Haru Ren found them. I don't even know where, if he found them at a Dollar Tree. And he sent them down to San Antonio to the Nerdy Friends. Then the Nerdy Friends did some crimes with them and gave the rest to Pyrus Queen. And then when I was visiting Pyrus Queen for Thanksgiving, just me and her, we were being safe. No COVID issues. We're staying safe. No family Thanksgiving. She passed the milk straws on to me. And now, here I am, drinking milk live in front of hundreds of people. Yeah, that's really embarrassing. All right. That concludes this episode. Thank you for watching my camera's huge. No, crap. No, dang it. Play that slide again. No, that's full screen. No, whatever. Yeah, thank you for watching the Vestroia Bulletin, Sunday, December 13th, 2020. I hope you guys had fun. I'm just gonna look at the chat, see if anything else is going on. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out. I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys had fun too. There's actually even a lot more stuff that I wasn't able to cover because I've been off so long that I didn't have time to cover all the Bakugan news. So I'm gonna have to put even more stuff in the episode. I'm gonna do another one of these streams week after next weekend. Next weekend, we got a video uploading. Weekend after that, I'm doing another Vestroia Bulletin, and hopefully I can continue that pattern as we move forward, because that is how I like to do things, and that's what the algorithm likes. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all for sticking by. Thank you so much, Michael and Pyrus Queen, for the super chats earlier. You guys rock. You're the real MVPs. And this is JettKuso, and I'll see you next time. Huh.